Hello, and thank you so much for tuning in to this tip video. I'm Sue Jacobs, wardrobe, image, and style coach, and I thank you so much for spending your time here. Whether you are catching this virgin video live or you're watching it on my YouTube channel, which is new and is Personal Style with Sue, I want to thank you very much because I appreciate it. And I also appreciate the fact that the topic that I'm going to be sharing was sent to me by one of you, one of my viewers. So I do listen, and I actually love the idea because not only are hats practical, they're very much a style detail. They're very much an accessory. And I love the idea of hats with an outfit, but we also have to think of the practicality, not to mention the health reasons that we wear hats. Now let's go back. Let's think about it. Hats. So when I think back, we've always had hats in our world, way back centuries ago. Nurses wore little caps, soldiers wore helmets, protective hats, protective gear. People that ride bicycles today should be wearing a helmet, hats. And then we get to the roaring 20s, right? Where hats were very much a thing of high fashion, of prestige, of haute couture, and which meant if you were of a certain socioeconomic echelon, you had hats. You had beautiful hats, and you probably had hat boxes. And then things got crazy, and I don't see hats very much in terms of a style, sort of a style that I see people exploring and wearing often. I believe that some people have to be encouraged to wear hats. I actually love hats, and I used to wear them a lot before I couldn't wear contact lenses anymore and had to wear glasses. Because as I said, hats are an accessory. If you are not someone who wants to invest in a ton of jewelry that isn't good jewelry, that isn't fine jewelry, then maybe hats are something that you should pursue and consider as an accessory. When you are thinking about choosing a hat, unless you're at a beach and all of a sudden you realize you don't have a hat, oh my gosh, you need something to protect you from the sun. We need to consider some things if you are going to add it to your lifestyle as a fashion choice. And that's what I obviously am going to speak to. But I do want to say that, it is very prudent to wear a hat when you are in the sun. We want to protect our face from those harmful sun rays. As someone who's had skin cancer once, I definitely don't want that news again. So hats are very practical, but I do think that they are the greatest style, fashion sort of signature. It communicates that you have some style. But here's the thing. I have heard people say, I can't wear a hat. I can't find a hat for me. It's like anything else. It's like shopping for the right pair of jeans. It's like shopping for that perfect bathing suit. You do have to try on a lot of hats. So my suggestion would be, if it's something that you want to look for and invest in, go to a hat shop. And then you can try on all kinds of styles of hats. You can also find one that the person who is working in the hat shop will recommend for you, because guess what? Those are the experts. Okay, so without any further ado, I did say that I was going to just put the hats on. Why not? They look better on than just holding them. And I have some of my own, and I borrowed a couple of cute ones from a shop here in Port Stanley, Ontario, that's on William Street. And the owner, Lilith, has such great funky things in there. And I will let you know when I'm wearing one of her hats. So thank you for that. Okay. So what to consider in terms of choosing a hat for you? Obviously, people's head sizes are different. Heads are different sizes and different shapes. So you clearly want to get a hat that fits and that doesn't land at the top of your head and look like it literally blew in and is just perched there. That's not going to make any kind of a statement. It will get you the attention for the wrong reason. Also, I want to encourage you to think of and know what is your face shape. And the best person, if you don't know, the best person to ask is your hairstylist, because they will have a very clear idea on your face shape, because they are cutting your hair and giving you a hairstyle that is appropriate for your face shape, and also that you have chosen, probably that you've liked. So that's what I would do. In general, I'm going to talk about 5 face shapes. And they are, we have round, we have oblong, we have heart-shaped, we have long, and we have angular or square. And those are the kind of details that you need to know to select the proper hat for you. And I will tell you why. Because if it is an accessory, it has a job to do for you, and you want it to look good on you. So you need to know your face shape, and that will help you purchase the right style of hat, and it will help you say no to perhaps the type of hats that are very mainstream and easy to find. Okay, let's first talk about those of you who may have a long face. Usually that is accompanied by a long, narrow face. So what you definitely don't want to do is purchase a hat that is going to exaggerate the length. So I'm going to show you, and this is from Lilith's shop. Think about a cowboy hat. You need a wide brim, fairly structured hat. Now this is a burgundy felt hat, not appropriate for this weather, but here's exactly what I mean by a wide brimmed hat. And if I'll bend down, you can see the indentation in the crown here, which gives you that feeling of a cowboy hat. So again, works very well for the long face, because where are the details of the hat going? They're heading in a horizontal way, so they're working opposite of the face shape. This would be good for you if you have a fairly long shaped face. Okay, I'm not sure what this is going to do with my hair, by the end of this. Okay, secondly, if you have a round face, I must say, in my work as a consultant, my clients who have a round face, they know they have a round face. And guess what? There are ways to camouflage that so you don't have to worry about it, because if you have a round face, you probably have really beautiful complexion. Okay, generalization, but kind of true. Okay, so what do you want to do? You do not want to exaggerate the round shape. So any type of a cap or a beanie type hat is not going to work for you, because that will just add pounds. Round adds pounds, round adds radius. So think of it that way. What should you use? Well, I am going to show you one of my favorite kind of hats, and this is called a cloche hat. And cloche is the French word for bell. And this is actually, this is from Lilith's shop, and it's as close as I could get to a cloche hat. And this is for you with the round face. So what I'm doing is I'm removing the indentation in the crown, and I am not wearing it the way it would be intended. So a cloche hat is very tight fitting. That's why it is a good style of hat for those of you with a round face, because it's going to come down around your face. It literally pulls the eye down and works in the opposite way of exaggerating that shape. Now, this hat, bear with me, is really supposed to be worn like this, but I think this does not suit me. I feel like I need to be on the good ship Lollipop. But anyway, cloche hat for those of you who have a round face. You pull it down and it hugs your head. Super cute. Very, very trendy in the in the 1920s. I love it. And the other style that you can wear is a very wide brim like this one. And you know the name fedora. So something like this. All right. Super wide brim because again, the eye is moving away. The line is fairly structured. It is not round and it's away from the lines, the exterior shaped lines of your face. So if you have a round face, this is one of those hats that you could wear. You might also on a windy day need the little Zorro toggle here because I feel like this would lift you up. But anyway, we don't have many of those days. So this style hat would work for you with a round face. Okay, whoops. Now, let's see, hair still intact. Okay, thirdly, we're going to talk about the square. So angular face, square face with a lot of structure. The last thing you want to do is repeat that structure. So this type of a hat that is not flexible would not be what you would want to wear if you have an angular, a strong jawline face. What you want to do is have something like this one. This is my own that doesn't have a lot of structure. That's kind of floppy. And it's a little more, I would say, casual, a little more fun and relaxed. So this takes away from those very definitive straight lines of a square jaw or a square face or an angular face. So something floppy and a little more, I want to just say quirky. And the other style, actually, I have another one, and I have to show you this because this is from Lilith's shop, and it's quite cute. And, you know, look at this. So this is, and what's great about this is there's wire in the brim. So you can literally reshape the hat. And oh my goodness, I think this hat is like 20 some dollars. I mean, it may not look great with what I have on, but this is wonderful if you have a structured face because you can see there is no structure here. This is a quite fun, unstructured, what I'm going to call floppy hat. And this would be nice in the sun, maybe not this weight because the the sunlight is definitely not going to be falling on your face. Okay, now the last, I want to go back to, there's a face shape I'm not going to demonstrate because if you have an oval face, you can wear any style of hat. Oval shaped women, you can wear any shaped neckline and any shaped jewelry pendant as well. So I'm not going to be showing you that. If you have an oval face, that's wonderful. You can wear all of these hats. Okay, so last up is a heart-shaped face. Not as common, but I want you to think of Reese Witherspoon. No offense, I love her movies. She's beautiful. But her face is shaped more in a heart shape here, and it tapers down into almost a point at the chin. So being careful with that kind of face shape, what you do not, and I don't have one of these, what you want to be wearing is any kind of a cap where the brim and then you have the volume here. So a newsboy cap, those are so cute if you know what I mean by that. All of the kids in the movie Oliver wore them. And any of the baseball caps that you see, any sporty cap. So you're keeping the shape here and you are not exaggerating that pointiness that the heart-shaped face can have. Also, the other type of hat that you could wear if you do have a heart-shaped face is if you can find one of these hats, as I said, that has the wire in the brim, it would be advisable because you can squish it up enough to keep the eye focused here, nothing going along the face, definitely not the cloche bell-shaped hat because that would exaggerate and draw attention to that pointy chin. So this type of hat or any type of a cap with the volume at the top. Okay, so I do wear hats. I would like to encourage you to wear your hats. I don't have my hat here that I wear all the time because you've seen it enough. Here's what I want to say about hats. If you're going to wear a hat and you're going to wear it out in the evening when you don't need to protect yourself from the sun, make sure that you are confident in wearing the hat. If you feel awkward, if you don't want people to look at you, if you feel a little bit self-conscious, that will magnify itself and you're better to not wear the hat, because the attention that you'll be getting is that you're uncomfortable, and we don't want that. So if a hat isn't for you, then that's okay. However, I did say if you are a person who doesn't want to invest in a lot of costume jewelry, maybe you should consider or reconsider buying a hat or buying a couple of hats. You know, hats in the winter are even more intentional and purposeful, and the Cloche hats are wonderful because they do hug your head, the little Cloche hat. So those of you with a round face who like to keep your head warm in the winter, Cloche hat is for you. So I hope that you enjoyed the information here. And I would like to say to those of you who I have not sent out my very lovely, took me forever to make your key casual wardrobe elements, please make a note, send me a note here, or send me a message through Facebook Messenger, and I would be happy to send that comprehensive list to you. As also, I wanted to make sure that if you would like to receive my newsletter, that you let me know, because if you don't let me know, you won't receive it. Send me your email address. You can record it here under this video. I would love for you to have it. And it's chock full of tips and getaway. This week I did one on what to pack in your getaway, that now that you have a little more freedom to move throughout your life and spaces. So that is it for today. And I thank you again so much for tuning in. And I do wish you well finding a hat for you. And again, thanks Lilith, Port Stanley, Ontario, with her beautiful hats that she lent me. And now I'm off to go out for dinner, and I'm going to be wearing a hat. See you next time.